All right. Now, let's talk about Almost Paradise. No. All right. Now, we have been seeing this whole entire time about these exits coming to paradise. We got Kendall, which y'all have been so excited about, and also Kendall, who was part of Ari's season, and then we have Piper, who is part of Matt's season. Okay. Oh my God. Kendall called it quits, or quit. Because you listen to the debate between the two of them, you just don't even know. In 2020, early 2020 with Joe. Okay, who had been spending a whole bunch of time with Serena, who did not like Kendall coming in. I mean, when she was shooketh, tears coming down and all, but I like Serena. She's very classy. She's very chill. She wasn't going to be too crazy, but I was just like, ooh, I know she's upset. Okay. She admitted to having feelings for Joe and just struggling because he had been in her life, and they broke up because she didn't want to move to Chicago. She wanted to stay in California with her people. Joe was like, look, we have selective memory about what exactly happened. Okay, he was a little irritated with her. You didn't want to move. Okay, he kept constantly saying, no, you're missing a big chunk. This is not what happened. He even said, I came to LA to, after our breakup, to try to work things out and try to get her to come back. And she was like, I'll never move for a man. It was like, for him, like, oh, okay, well, for a man, but I'm not just a man. I'm the man you love, so I'm out. So they, kind of hugged it out a bit. It was like, Serena, come here. Joe pulled her over and was like, I'm going to be straight up with you, very transparent. It's a bit awkward, but I still want to pursue things with you. I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be weird, but right now you're my main priority, and I really, really like you. Now we got Kenny, who with Demi, come back from his date from Tia. All of a sudden, here comes Mari. She just beelines in front, like, hey, can we have a conversation? Okay. And so they had the little conversation. She was like, look, I still have feelings for you. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry. If maybe we should talk tomorrow, whatever. So Demi is very irritated and sits by him when they're having a conversation or whatever, and she was like, hey, do you want to go to the boom room? He was like, I'm going to bed. I was like, hey, bam, right in the face, pretty much. So Piper coming on the beach, and this has been the biggest rumor on Bachelor in Paradise since the very first episode. Because there were rumors swirling around saying that Piper and him were together right before they all came on Paradise Island. Okay? So when she came on, Natasha was upset. And she confronted him. I'm going to say something before I get into that. No, let me get into this first. I'm going to say something. Natasha confronted him about the rumors and said that he downplayed they downplayed their relationship because what he said, Brendan said they were casual and only hung out a few times. Piper's coming told the truth because she came straight up and was inviting Brenda on a date. He pretended to act like, oh my God, she chose me? I had no idea. He pulled Natasha aside, kind of was like saying, about exploring his relationship and just saying a bunch of crap. She was just like, But on the date, it was like they picked up right where they left off. Kinda. Piper was like happy, excited, Brendan was being like really, really careful, saying that Piper was, something when she kind of hang out a bit or whatever. Um, she was like, "You act like I was a stranger. This is Piper. I'm sorry. This is Natasha." Even when Brendan was talking to her, okay, wait. Let me say this. He told Piper pretty much he had to navigate to get them to the moment that they are now. Why he did not say I led Natasha on, but he pretty much said for him to be here when Piper got there, I had to kind of hook up with somebody, get a role with somebody, stick around. He said confessing to a cardinal sin of arriving with a girlfriend would not have been a good look. Piper says, "Thanks for playing the game." They thought it was funny. Joked about it even. She's like, "They can hate us together." Everybody the next day was like, interesting. He denied the pre-existing relationship for a long time. Okay. And the parents seemed like new. Okay. Frustrations rumbled around the fact that they were lying about the process. They were on the show for clout. Okay. Natasha is irritated, so she ended up talking to Piper and Brendan, trying to get the narrative because she's smelling something that's not right. Piper was like honest about it, saying that they had been dating and been out a few times or whatever, and that they had seen each other right up until the night before he hopped on the plane to go film. Tasha was like, interesting. So she feels like that they were just there and he's a liar. So Natasha had a little conversation with Brendan and he busted out defensive and said, "You have selective hearing." She was like, "I could have dated somebody else." He was like, "Who? Who were you going to date?" So not only are you throwing shade, he threw shade when he was sitting with Piper, saying, or whoever he was sitting with, or maybe it was Piper, like, who was she going to date if I wasn't here? Who was her prospect? Pretty much, Brendan used oh my God, too many people names. Brendan used Natasha for a rose, just so he can stay on the show. Okay, me myself, I don't understand it. Okay, he whispered to Piper, "I incriminate myself enough where it's like I am screwed." Then they were sitting there talking about their rose. I'm sorry, talking about how high their numbers were on Instagram. It's very, very confusing to say, no, you're not there for clout. The whole entire crew, well, the cast is saying, so they need to go home. If they are there for just that, go home. Because in reality, you came there for one reason and one reason only. For a rose. And you came there for a rose, Brendan. You came there for a rose because you knew she was going to come back. I don't know what you guys think about that, and I know that influencers, they do things for clout or whatever it is. I get it, but at the same time, other people could have been there. Other people who have left the show that really wanted to get to know other people on the show. Oh, I just thought about that. there was a few people that was emotionally invested in this and wanted to stay, and they ended up sending them home. So tell me where that's fair. Brendan cold-blooded, and if Piper is involved, which I don't think Piper's involved, I think Piper is looking at it like, I like him, we used to hang out before, but now what the people are saying, they're saying that they conspired this before they got on the show. If that's what they did before, now that's cold-blooded. I don't understand. I know being an influencer is important. I get it. I really do get that. Being on the show as an influencer. But at the same time, people's feelings are actually involved. Made gave him a rose. And something about him being on there, Brendan, I didn't feel like he liked her. When he kissed her, I think he only kissed her just to get a rose. So for clarification, Brendan, whatever, is on there to get his numbers up, his Instagram numbers up, and he wants to pursue his relationship. He pretty much has a full vacation for free with his girlfriend for free. Now the next episode, I'm hype because Chelsea's coming on there. Oh, if you want to see the trailer, go to my Instagram. I'm hype. I cannot wait to see this tall, black, blonde coming in the house and about to shake it up. Let's go. All right, guys, that was my review of the drama and the lies for me and the clout chasing for me, Bachelor in Paradise. If you haven't watched it, you guys are missing out, child. Y'all are missing out. Poor little Demi. Poor little Tink Tank. She said, you were going to the boom, 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 boom room. He said, no, no, no. I'm going to bed. On that note,